Screeches to order. I understand that we have 2 people that wish to get Screeched in this afternoon and become right proper operators. Yes? Yes, of course. So please, for those of you who are participating, please come to the bar area. You get a better vantage point for taking pictures or videos. Yes. If you do wish to videotape the entire ceremony, I would need your house storage. So first of all, I would like to know your first name and where you're from. We'll start with you.
Calvin from Vancouver.
Calvin from Vancouver! Yes, and we have...
And Dimitri from Calgary, but originally from Russia.
Yes,
nice.
Dimitri from Russia! Yes. There's the accent. Excellent. So the idea
That's a good vantage point to see the boys.
Is to try to teach you a little bit about Newfoundland. When all is said and done, you're going to be called what's called an honorary Newfoundlander. We have some paperwork to go with it. Do not lose the paperwork once you receive it, because you can get into more places with this than you can most passports these days. Okay. As you're traveling around the world, if you ever get in trouble at customs, we're going through that border security area. Yes, just show them your papers, and it's all good. No problem. They can call me directly, and I'll verify. So, before we start, I should first tell you that I'm not the son of a fisherman or lighthouse keeper. I don't eat fish 3 times a day, and I don't drink Screeched. At least not before noon on weekdays. I'm not the boy that built a boat, and I'm not the boy that sailed her, but I got a boat with a fine 4 cuddy, and it's got high top sails, and I painted it green, and it's the prettiest boat that you've ever seen. I had a premier once, and his name was Brian Tobin. He went to war with Spain over something called a turban. Now, I'm not quite sure what a turban looks like, but I'll be damned if somebody from Spain is going to come and take it away from me. I believe in kitchen parties, not raves. I believe in icebergs and blue stars, and that the puffing is a true proud and noble bird. Now, a scuff is a dance, and India in Newfoundland is delicious beer, and it's pronounced Newfoundland, just like the dog there. Newfoundland is the oldest settlement in North America, the youngest province in Confederation, and the only rock you can party on. My name is Skipper Lukey, and I is a Newfoundlander. Cheers. Now, 95% of the original settlement here in Newfoundland came from 2 provinces of Ireland and 3 shires of England. We've managed to adopt a lot of their culture, history, traits, and a lot of our linguistics, but we actually managed to come up with our own language here, and we call it Newfoundlandese. Now, the first 3 words that I want to introduce you to is what I call prog, puttock, and glutch. Prog is a Newfoundland word for food. It's for your puttock, your stomach, and you're going to glutch it back. It means you're going to eat it. This evening, your prog is what I call a Newfoundland steak. It's actually maple leaf bologna from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. But the reason why we call it Newfoundland steak is because years upon years ago, the kid that would have this on his sandwich would be considered the rich kid. The kid that would have lobster on his sandwich would be considered the poor kid, and that kid was so poor that if he didn't wake up on Christmas morning with a hard on, he had nothing to play with at all. I do need you to take a small piece of Newfoundland steak. Do not worry about it if you're vegetarian, because there's not real much meat in this anyway. Excellent. Prog, puttock, and glutch. Go ahead and eat it. Now, in 1497, there was a man by the name of John Cabot. His real name was Giovanni Caboto. He was an Italian explorer. We know him as John Cabot because the English paid for his travels, and that's just how things are. In 1497, John Cabot sailed the Atlantic on his boat, the Matthew, all the way from Bristol, England to Bottomless today. And when he arrived, he saw lots of activity in our water. Well, he didn't know what was going on, but he dropped his bucket down to fill it up with water, and when he came up to the top of the boat, it was filled right to the rim with codfish. Now, word got out fast how plentiful the fish were in our waters that they traveled from all over to settle here to catch the fish and to sell the fish and to trade the fish all around the world as a means of survival. And one place in particular that we traded with was with Jamaica. Jamaica, they make rum, and we love rum. We loved it so much that we would actually get them on that wharf and we'd kiss that fish goodbye, knowing that it was going to come back to us in the way of rum. So in keeping with that time and honored tradition, I do have a little play for you. This is a real Newfoundland codfish. Given the chance, this fish could have grown up to the height of 6 feet tall and weighed as much as 130 pounds. This fish will not grow any more than this because it's dead and it's frozen. It fits perfectly in my freezer. I do need you to pucker up and give this fish a little kiss Do not worry about anybody taking your picture or video doing such a thing, because whatever happens here in St. John's today stays on Facebook and YouTube. Most likely forever. While you are kissing the fish, make sure that you do hold the pose long enough to see a flash or hear a click. Otherwise, you will hear those horrible words. Do it again. All right, are you ready?
Sure.
Okay. Okay, and all right, now, like I was saying, we used to trade our fish with the Jamaicans for their rum, and it was a very strong barrel rum. In fact, it was considered a test of a man if he could drink it without screaming, passing out, or having a heart attack. He was considered a true man. In fact, Screeched got his name down on the south coast of our province, where one night we were serving up our hospitality to a U.S. captain. And he drank the shot, and he yelled at a great big yell. And the sergeant came on running into the room, and he said, "Who yelled out that god-awful screech?" And there was a Newfoundlander who was sitting at the bar that said, "Screech, boy, 'tis the rum, me son." And that's how Screech got his name. So I never got you to sign a waiver, so try not to get any of this on your skin. It's a joke. And we can't have a drink without having a toast, so please wait, and we'll do one together. Here's to health and your company. And one for the lasses. Let's drink and be merry, all that of our glasses. Let's drink and be merry, bad thoughts to refrain, for we may or may not ever all be here again. Up the lips, over the gums. Look out, gullet, here she comes. Nostrovia.
Nostrovia.
Not bad, what? Wicked. Now you're past the trees, but you're not out of the woods. Before I let you go, I do have to teach you a small little phrase. Now, to give you an idea of our dialect here in Newfoundland, the shortest conversation that you're ever going to hear between two people goes like this. Arn smart? Nar. That is a full conversation. Now, I don't expect you to understand it right away, but I will explain it to you. In order to understand it, you have to envision two fishing vessel captains crossing each other in the early morning gut. And one fishing vessel captain looks over at the other fishing vessel captain and he says, "Arn smart?" Translation is, "Did you catch any fish this morning?" And a response, "Narn." Any idea what that might mean?
No.
Close. It means, "No, I didn't catch any fish this morning." Otherwise, he would have said, "No, Dimitri, we speak English too." I'm trying to teach you something a little bit easier, and that's "aye." "Aye" in Newfoundland means "I agree." So whenever you're in a situation where you're talking to someone from Newfoundland, and you don't quite understand what they're saying, the best thing to do is just agree with them. If you ask them to repeat it again, they're probably going to say it the same way. Let me give you an example. Someday what? Aye. That means the weather was nice today. I agree. If you didn't understand what I said the first time, the same conversation could have gone on like this. Someday what? What? Someday what? What? Someday what? What? It just keeps on going on like that, okay? Once you say aye, you kind of just end it. Someday what? Aye. Okay? So let me give you, just try to say it. Aye. Perfect. That's actually very good. Now that you got that done, we're going to go along to the graduate level phrase. So when you go back home and they ask you when Newfoundlander gets screeched in, they're going to ask you, "Is you a screecher?" So one proper response for that, and that is me old cock and long made or big chip draw. So is you a screecher?
What?
What? Yeah.
Yeah! I taught you that lesson 1 minute ago. I tried to at least, I teach you a lesson, and I try to give you an application for it, okay? Very good. Calvin?
Yes.
Yes, very good, Calvin. You should try to keep up a little bit. Now, I will slow it down for you. I want to teach you the phrase. I know I'm not talking too fast. You're just thinking too slow. So up along, being the rest of Canada, you might say "Indeed I am." But in Newfoundland, we say "Indeed I is." So I need you both to say "Indeed I is" at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Indeed I is.
Next part of the phrase is "me old cock." Now, cock is a shortened form of the word cockney, which comes over from Old England, meaning my good friend or my good buddy. So what you're saying is, "Yes, I am my good friend." But you're going to say "Indeed I is, me old cock." At the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Indeed I is, me old cock.
Last part of the phrase is, "and long may your big jib draw." You see, the jib is the foresail in the schooner, so as long as it's dry and wind, you're doing good. It's wish for good luck. What you're saying is, "Yes, I'm my good friend, wish you good luck." You see, this my cock, long may your big jib draw. Got it?
Aye.
Yeah, once again. I'll give you a second chance. Anyway, I say it, then you say it, and we'll get through it together, okay? I say it, then you say it. "Indeed I is."
Indeed I is.
Come on, no. Yes, repeat after me. I say it, then you say it. Okay, ready? In unison, with a bit of conviction.
Sure.
"Indeed I is.
Indeed I is.
Me old cock.
meal cup.
And long may your big jib draw.
And long may your big jib draw.
I now declare you both honorary Newfoundlanders. It's very good. Excellent. Now, I have certificates for both of you. Before I pass them out, I do have one final rant that I would like to share. Newfoundland was the first province to respond to the Titanic distress signal. It was 104 years ago, last April, and at the time Newfoundland was its own country. Now, as we stand unified with Canada, we are the first province to respond. Newfoundland was the first place to discover proof of the theory of the continental drift. We were the first to host a transatlantic flight, and we were the first to have wireless communication in the entire world. We are the oldest rock in the world. This is the oldest city in North America. Water Street is the oldest street in North America, and the Royal St. John's Regatta, which happens on the first Wednesday of August every year, is the oldest continuous sporting event in North America. We are considered the most generous people in all the entire country. We are considered the funniest people in all the entire country. We are the sexiest people in all the entire country, and according to Maclean's magazine, we're also the most sexually active people in all the entire country. A Newfoundlander invented the world's first artificial ice arena. A Newfoundlander invented the gas mask. A Newfoundlander was once a governor of Northern Rhodesia, and there was a Newfoundlander with Abraham Lincoln at Gettysburg. We are the only place in the entire world to have 4 identifiable flags. We have our own encyclopedia, we have our own dictionary, we have our own pony, we have our own dogs, we have our own cultural publication. Good old Newfoundland Herald. Calvin, Dimitri, welcome to Newfoundland.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yes.
We'll rant and we'll roar like true Newfoundlanders. We'll rant and we'll roar.
Awesome. Thank you. You're welcome. Excellent.
Until we strike
I was born into that. What? I was just born into